Hey there, it's Jazz. So in this video, we'll be talking about how you can fix your credit score. I've had credit cards since I was 18 years old, and I will admit that I did have a credit score of 600, and I was able to bring it up to the 700s, and I'm so close to 806. So with that being said, hopefully I'm able to bring you value today and show you that fixing these three things can actually improve your credit score and bring you value, because at the end of the day, with you having a higher credit score, you're going to be able to take advantage of mortgage interest being lower than average. You're going to be able to get car loans and not pay so much interest. On top of that, if you ever need a business loan, banks will be more likely to actually loan it to you if you have a higher credit score. With that being said, if you are new to the channel, I do focus on making, saving, and growing your money, and I would be extremely grateful if you subscribed and hit the like button if I end up bringing you any value. Now, with all of that, let's get to it. Now, the first thing that we do have to clear in the air is that this isn't going to be fixed overnight. You're not gonna wake up tomorrow and have an 806 credit score. You need to remember that your credit score is like your GPA when it comes to borrowing and you actually paying it back to your lenders. So if you want to actually improve this, it will take a couple of weeks or even months for it actually to go higher and be able to get the benefits of having a good credit score. So the one thing that we do want to keep in mind is the highest percentage on your credit score, which is late payments. I did first get my credit card with Discover, and the thing is that I did have one late payment and it doesn't go away for a whole 7 years. So it has impacted my credit score, but since I haven't done that since I was 18, my credit score did improve. So I want to put that up in the air that if you want to fix your credit score, you need to start paying on time. And I would recommend for you to actually make your payments automatically. That way you don't have to worry about it, especially if you can only afford to pay the minimum. Now, if you do want to get this automatically and you don't know how to do it on your phone or online, I would just recommend for you to call your credit card company. That way they can just do it for you and then you don't have to worry about it. But like I said, the longer you wait to actually pay your payments, the more likely you will get a collection. And I will talk about that later on. But right now, I want you to focus on being able to always pay on time. And I know that sometimes you want to pay more than the minimum, but always have that automatically. That way you don't have to worry about having any problems with your credit score in the future. Now, if you did end up paying late, pay it off first, then give the credit card company a call. That way, when they do have a conversation with you, you can negotiate and they most likely will take it off. So you won't have to worry about that. But if you do have any late payments and it's been a long time ago, you can always call your credit card company and negotiate the fact that it was just one time. And if you're someone who is constantly paying on time, you can always let them know that you are trying to get a mortgage or a car loan. They can actually take it off your credit report. I don't want you to go run your own credit report, and actually you can get this for free every single year at annualcreditreport.com. You are entitled to know what is going on with your report. That way you can actually see if there's any errors or any late payments, because like I said, late payments does play a huge part when it comes to your credit score. I want you to be able to dispute anything that you see on that report that wasn't your fault or was actually the company's. And the thing is that if you do bring this up to the credit bureaus, they can actually send a letter to that credit company, and if they don't respond back, they can actually take it off after those 30 days if they did not respond. Now, the second thing that I want to talk about is collections. Have you ever been in a relationship and you're always looking for red flags? Well, your lenders will be looking for collections, and that is a huge red flag. If they say the collection, they most likely won't give you a loan, because if you have a collection, that means that you did not pay in those 150 days. You did not pay. So do you think they're going to trust you by lending you money? No. So I would recommend for you to actually check if you have any collections, but please, like I said, pay on time. Now, collections is like your late payments. It does last in your report for 7 years. On top of that, your company actually sells your collection to a third party, and those third parties sell and buy your collection. And the whole thing is that they basically don't expect you to pay it off, but it will be on your report until you actually pay it off. Now, I will say this, that if you do pay it off and you want to get a loan, like for example a mortgage, right, because you want to get a house, I would recommend for you to actually call the collection third party and say, hey, I paid off my collection with you. Can you please just take it off? I'm trying to get a house. You can always negotiate with them. They most likely will take it off because you've already paid. But the thing is that if you haven't paid and you're trying to negotiate, they have the upper hand because you did not pay, right? But like I said, get your credit report. That way you can actually see if there's any collections on your report. And if there are, you can always dispute it with the credit bureaus. On top of that, the credit bureaus will send a letter to the collectors. And if you did pay off your collection, the third party most likely won't respond back to the credit bureaus. So you have the chance to actually get rid of that collection in 30 days. If you have any credit card debt, it's most likely because you don't have any income. So I would recommend that before you even try to fix your credit score, to pay it off, because it will help you when you try to negotiate, whether you have late payments, your collections, any bankruptcy on your report. You have the ability to actually dispute it. Now, the third thing that actually does matter when it comes to your credit score is your utilization. Utilization on your credit score is 30%. And I know that might not sound a lot, but listen, your paying on time is 35 plus your utilization is 30. That's 65% of your credit score. That means that you need to stop hitting your limit with your credit cards or any type of loan that you have, because the less utilization you have, the more people are going to want to lend you money. Now, I do recommend that you stay below 20, and of course, if you have zero debt, the better, right? But I want you to understand that when you do have 50, 60, 70% utilization, lenders won't want to lend you money, because it shows that, one, you're living paycheck to paycheck and you can actually pay off those loans. So like I said before, credit score is just like your GPA when you were in high school. Most likely feel like it's like college, because once you fail a class, it's really difficult to bring up your GPA. But I want you to know that utilization and paying on time is the biggest thing you can actually do to fix your credit score, because those are the two things that lenders are actually looking for. Now, if you are someone who barely got their first credit card and you want to either get a car loan or a mortgage, and they're not letting you because you don't have a lot of credit or history, I recommend for you to actually open up other credit cards and try to increase your credit limit. That way, lenders can actually see that you have a low utilization. But please, if you have debt, don't get more credit cards. You're going to get deeper and deeper and deeper into credit debt, because let's be honest, if you have any debt right now, it's because either you have a problem with living paycheck to paycheck, right, income, or you might have the problem of spending more than you actually make, which is okay, because we're all learning and we're all trying to actually improve ourselves. So with that being said, please be responsible. Don't get more than you should, because I don't want you to get in debt. I want you to become wealthy, and I want you to actually succeed and be able to live stress-free, because at the end of the day, the higher credit score you have, the better you're able to actually benefit when it comes to getting a house loan with a low interest, or getting a car loan with a low interest as well. Now, hopefully I was able to bring you value, and if I did, please hit the like button, subscribe, but most importantly, remember, be someone that makes you happy.